Group 7. First, I will introduce our group members. They consist of Chu Min Kian, Howard Yong, Wong Liang, and Chong Yu, and myself as well. We will be presenting regarding the case study that is our group assignment. So for the introduction, the case study given to us is about employee absence by Stephen Adams, Graphics and Commercial Art, based on an online article written for HR Asia in May 2018. 75% of Malaysian mothers quit their jobs due to lack of flexibility. 55% of women say that they have an unsupportive boss and work environment. 57% of employees in Malaysia are unable to work from home. 36% do not have any option of flexible working arrangement, and 94% of women surveyed said they will be looking for a new job in the next 12 months. I will now pass on to the next member.
Hi, Dr. Jesso. I'll be talking about the summary of this case study. So this case study is about a lady named Joanne who was given several warnings both verbally and in writing for her excessive absenteeism. After getting a written warning, Joanne had called in to say that she would not be able to go to work. With that, her boss Silva told her that if she does not go to work, that she would be suspended. Joanne had mentioned to her boss that she would not be able to attend because there was no one to take care of her baby as her baby sister had called in sick. After that call, Joanne did not show up for work and her boss Silva suspended her for 15 days. Following the suspension, Joanne had argued that if the suspension was unfair and that it was not her fault that her baby sister had called in sick. During that time, Silva had also stated that Joanne had not put in enough effort to find another babysitter. Silva also pointed out that Joanne could have taken the effort to change shifts with her co-worker and that the reason Joanne gave was not a justifiable excuse. Next, I will talk about the problem identification. So based on the case study for the first question, was the suspension fair? We think that it is both fair and unfair. Fair because every company has their own rules and regulation. Also, because Joanne had been warned many times about her excessive absenteeism, above both verbally and in writing. Not only that, Joanne's supervisor Silva warned her that she had already exceeded her allowed numbers of absence, and if she still did not go into work, she would be suspended. After hearing what Silva said, she still did not go into work after that. It is unfair because it's not Joanne's fault to be absent as her baby sister had always called in sick and troubled Joanne to stay at home and take care of her child. Besides that, the suspension is not fair because there should a solution for working mothers. For example, working mothers could communicate with the company to find out if the company offers specific solution for working mothers by speaking with the human resource department. However, the theory is a deontological theory which insists that moral actions require conformity to moral principles. An action is morally right if and only if the actor is motivated by goodwill. Considering the circumstances, Joanne's behavior was unacceptable regardless of the absence caused. Joanne felt the need to report out again despite having been warned repeatedly about her unexcused absence. She was able to exercise her free will and choose whether or not to go to work. She chose to call out, which would have been immoral. The corrective actions of Joanne's 15-day suspension was carried out by the supervisor in accordance with ethical standards. I pass on to my next member.
So for question 2 is, did Silva act responsibly? Like Silva informed Joanne of the consequences of not coming to work before suspending her. And Silva was only carrying out her duties and was not trying to make things difficult for Joanne. Joanne is a working mother and may have had no other choice but to stay home and take care of a child. Some people think Silva act responsibly while others do not. Like for question 3, some of us is, should Joanne be fired? Some of us think Sylvia should keep Luann as an employee because she is a mother, and some of us think Joanne should be fired because she is not meeting her obligations as an employee. And some of us think that if Joanne is not fired, other employees may not respect the company rules. Joanne did not make an effort to find another babysitter. And the Gilligan's ethics of care theories. Gilligan's ethics of care theories is seen as a feminist theory in the West. In Eastern dimensions, caring is a view as a value in a society that promotes collectivism rather than individualism. And the last is distributing oppressions is a fundamental tenet of feminist work. And I will pass to my next teammate. Thank you.
So I'm gonna talk about question 4. Should the baby sister be fired? The group was divided on whether or not Joanne should fire her baby sister. Those who said Joanne should fire her baby sister did so because their baby sister had called in sick frequently and they felt that this was impacting Joanne's work schedules. Those who said Joanne should not fire her baby sister did so because the baby sister was entitled to sick leave and they felt that firing her would be too harsh. Joanne ultimately can decide to use the baby sister leave and of absence as an excuse to fire her. So for the question 5, why Sylvia fair in her action? Sylvia was justified in suspending Joanne's employment. Sylvia could have been more reasonable and understanding. Joanne's absence were not her fault. Sylvia should have been more understanding about the fact that no mother would leave their child with a new baby sister with which they are unfamiliar. Sylvia should have communicated with Joanne openly. The theory of rights. People have rights even if they are not part of a state. The purpose of state to protect people's rights. Business ethics is based on the idea that all people have the right to live. So I'll pass it to the next member.
So I will talk about recommendation and suggestion now. For question 6, is there ever a solution for working mother? Yes, company can provide daycare for mothers who have kids. Also, having a more flexible working environment, meaning having an opportunity to switch departments so that a mother would be able to work from home on days that a mother is unable to physically be at their workplace. However, this may decrease the company's profit or increase its expenses. Not only that, but a company can also decrease physical work days for parents with kids and increase more online work as long as they finish their work before deadline. Providing quality childcare for working mothers is also another solution for example, making sure the childcare or after-school program is of the highest caliber before leaving the kids there. Obtain testimonial from other parents depending on the caliber of the childcare. Some states use a star rating system. Learn about this method and inquire about the daycare star rating. Moreover, require reference from potential babysitter and run background check before hiring. In order to confirm their dependability and ability to show up on time, ask to talk with families they have previously served. Before making a decision, take the time to interview a few childcare center and babysitter so you can be sure you have chosen one you can truly trust and unwind knowing your children are in capable hands. Besides that, be organized. For example, everything will be much easier if you have a routine. Make sure to include on your calendar any significant activity for your health and fitness. Include sport event, school event, and other. Examine the work calendar as well as to make advanced plans for meeting and other event. On this basis, both you can work schedule and arrangement for childcare be created.
keep everything you need to send the kids to school and everything you need for work in an easy to find location, such as by the door in the morning. Lastly, make a list of everything that have to be done and crossing off and they are finished. It's acceptable to assign domestic duties to family members. Being organized will make life simpler and give you more time to spend with your family. Another way is to working mothers should take a year or two off their job to take care of their young children and to develop a better relationship with their children as the children require more attention, mother's care and affection at this stage. Alternately, they may delegate the responsibility of taking care of the young child to their counterpart, the father. So question 7, should working father take turns stay at home? Yes. A family should work like a team and give their family the best life possible. Not only that, if the mother can give up her body for kids, then why can't the father take turns taking care of their children at this? And this may even help their family to become closer. Also, father get to spend time with their own children as well, and not only mothers. This will help father to develop a closer relationship with their children. For example, you can't help but get to know your munchkin as the special little person they are when you take on the role of the parents. The working father should also be held accountability to take care of their children's well-being. On certain occasions where mothers are overwhelmed or stressed out due to their work or other responsibilities, the father may take some time away from work or request for paternity leave to take care of their children. This will ease the mother's burden substantially. Also, having a family take two people. So taking care of the children should also be done by two people. If a father is not willing to take care of the child after a mother give up her entire body to have a child, then family planning should not even be in their minds. Okay, now I will pass to my group member.
So now I will be presenting the conclusion. In conclusion, our group has some solutions to help other companies to solve and prevent this kind of situation. What we see is that both Joan and Sylvia did nothing wrong because Joan has the responsibility to care for her child and Sylvia is a great American market supervisor and she has her own responsibilities to the company. Moreover, Sylvia had warned Joan about her excessive absenteeism several times. Furthermore, in this kind of situation, there are many solutions that can solve this problem instead of suspending Joan. If companies who have working mothers as employees, then a more flexible work time should be given when it comes to situations like this. In this case study, we all know that in the real world, many working mothers have a similar situation like this, and it is troublesome for them. In addition, for this case study, 3 ethics theory have been identified. First is the Kant's ethics of duty theory. Second is the Gilligan's ethics of care theory. And finally is the theory of rights. There are many companies around the world that provide daycare while their mothers are at work. Having more companies practice this would help solve one of the main issues that working mothers have, and that is proper childcare for their children. Moreover, having both parents taking turns to take care of their child when a problem arises, either with daycare or babysitters, is always a better solution than having only the mother take care of a child. As mentioned previously in this case study, it takes 2 people to have a family, and if the father is not willing to take care of the child after the mother has given up so much to have a child, then family planning should not even be in the picture until both parties are able to balance both working life and life at home equally. So this would be the end of our presentation. Thank you.